Hi, my name is Imogen and this is my TED Talk for Raleigh on caged farming. Caged farming came around in roughly 2011 after battery farming was made illegal. Battery farming was a housing system used for many animal production methods, but primarily egg-laying hens. These hens were kept in cramped cages and often could not move or even stand, meaning that their only form of movement that they could have during their day was to put their heads outside of their cages to feed from the trough. Often the cages were made of wire mesh, meaning that there was no solid ground for the nails to be naturally ground down, causing many chickens' nails to continuously grow longer, causing them much discomfort and pain. This would then lead to later issues with their feet down the line. The food that they would have been given was a dry, layered mash, pumped with hormones and an excessive amount of antibiotics, which would aid the fast production of egg laying and is still used today in caged farming. In 2004, 24 million chickens were battery farmed in Britain alone. That meant that 70% of the eggs produced and sold on the shelves in our supermarkets were from these kind of farms, and all this did was ensure that the prices of eggs were kept low. After this was made illegal in 2011, many of the mass producers turned to caged farming. The difference between caged farming and battery farming is the space. So instead of having the chickens kept in one long coop and they're all just next to each other, the cage is separated into smaller ones, meaning that 3 or 4 hens are kept in one coop, so they have room to move and also stand up. However, 3 to 4 chickens are kept in these cages and it's still not enough room. Caged hens are bred for high demand and continuous supply, so they are rarely allowed outside from the point of hatching. On average, after 72 weeks, the whole flock will be replaced, meaning that they will either be culled or rehomed into farms such as Wood Green. If the hens are then lucky enough to be rehomed, they often have to be introduced into hard foods such as layer pellets, grit, and corn. We as a family introduced our rescue hens to our non-rescue hens, and we noticed that the rescue hens started to pick up natural habits such as digging, scratching, and taking dust baths. When rescued, for many hens, this is the first time that they will have ever been outside. This means that for them, that will be the first time that they have felt grass. This will be the first time that they have felt mud. This is the first time that they've seen the sun. That will be the first time that they've seen a butterfly fly past. And that is an insane conception. They would have been inside for nearly 2 years. Imagine making it to nearly 2 years old and not being introduced to the sun or even seeing the grass. They often arrive bald with little to no feathers. They are very, very frail, and we have had chickens arrive with no tails and no toenails due to the cramped conditions, meaning that the chickens fight a lot. I believe that the only way we'll be able to put a stop to this unethical and unsustainable farming method would be to make caged farming illegal alongside battery farming, or to create a law which allows each chicken a set area in order for them to lay naturally and live a happier life. Thank you.